good to see you. Thanks, Shelley. But all I said was, welcome to the May meeting. So you didn't miss much. There is no public comment today. So we're going to move on to the minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
So and after the motion,
No.
and corrections come.
Second. Okay,
All right.
so just for everybody's refreshment, we use Robert's Rules of Order, and it's what you do is to have discussion on a question. You first make the motion and second it. So then that just puts it on the floor. It doesn't direct an answer. And then you have discussion, and then you call it when it seems the discussion is done, or Sarah, you can say, does anybody else have anything to say? And then you said, then all in favor of the motion. So the motion's on the floor before the discussion. It only seems weird because like the motion is to approve the minutes. And then you second it. Well, it feels like you should then approve them, but no, that's how you get it open for discussion.
Okay.
Okay, so on everything that we're going to vote on, we need if we need a motion, we get the motion, we get a second, then we have our debate or discussion or information session, and then you call for a vote. And then we're done. Okay?
Thank you. Yeah. So I think, Stephen, you said you motioned to approve the minutes, right, Stephen? Is that correct? Okay. And then Kathy was our second?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we open it for discussion. Thanks, Kathy. So, Bill, what you got?
So just Shelley, just a couple of corrections because and Bethany can correct me if I got it wrong, but since it's for the record, regarding the contract with Badio for Luisa's involvement, the administrative costs are in the budget. Badio is not paying those. We are. That's part of that budget. This is on page 6 of the minutes. And the interpreter is not included in those costs. The interpreter will come out of some other funds that Bethany says she has. Or they will volunteer. We don't know yet. But, Anthony's been participating, and I'm not sure how that. I think Badio is just absorbing that cost up till now as the interpreter. And again, just for clarity, Jasmine is not. That's later in the minutes. She has not been retained. I mean, there's been no move to retain her beyond her contract. That's the hope that we would be able to continue her involvement on a project by project basis. But unless Bethany, that's right. No, we haven't. Nothing has been formalized or anything, not even identified yet. So
no, nothing. We have not come up with any formal projects or put her under a subcontractor type agreement yet.
I'll try to when we cover that kind of stuff in future meetings or this meeting, I'll try to be clear about that kind of stuff. But and then you don't have to change this, but I think you said that I stated that the city does not respond to street tree issues. I was just relating what someone at the meeting said. I don't want it to go out there that Bill Vitale is complaining about the city and it's.
What page is that one, Bill?
Let's see. I think that's maybe at the where under this the discussion of NAACP meeting. Did you find the other ones okay? You got them?
Yeah, I'll find those.
I think that's, you know what, Shelley, don't the last one, don't bother changing it. That's just me being, that's
okay.
fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
the intent. I'm just being
And I did alert Shelley to it earlier today. The dates need to be changed. Um,
Yeah, I'll update that.
Hmm.
Yeah. I was very confused when I was reading it last night, but I was not going to call you. It being a holiday.
Is there any further discussion of the April minutes?
Yeah, move that the April minutes be filed with amendments as just discussed. We need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, is everyone in favor?
Yes,
Aye.
aye.
Thank you. We can move on to the upcoming meetings and events. Or do we want to wait and do the presentation? Because I see that's,
And unfortunately, NREL was not able to be here today. I do have an update on how the project is going. But we can get to that later on in the meeting.
okay, yeah, I mean, that was number 2, and then number 3 is also upcoming meetings, events, and staff update.
Okay.
Right in, Bethany.
Whew, all of it. I am looking for my link for NREL, because that way I can pull it up. There we go. The model has been, so NREL is National Renewable Energies Laboratory, and we have a technical assistance grant through the Department of Energy in a program called C2C Expert Match. So they are developing a representative model of a typical 2 to 3 bedroom row home in Reading, to look at best practices for energy efficiency and electrification retrofits. And so the model has been developed, and right now they are doing the check on the model to make sure that what is being run is actually representative of what it should be. So making sure that the numbers make sense. And then so what they're going to be looking to do is develop a menu of sorts of different applications that can be used for cooling. We are focusing on energy efficiency and cooling of the homes, as well as heating. So, but cooling is, with some of the recommendations, summertime cooling is the focus. So, whether it's ceiling fans, attic fans, things like that. So it's going to be, they're looking at some low cost options, medium cost options, more expensive options. We are looking, the next time we are getting together is June 13th. And then we are looking to have a Zoom call at the end of July or beginning of August. They are figuring, with their presentation and Q&A, an hour to an hour and a half. So that's one of the reasons why they're not here today, when they're still putting it together. I didn't want to take up the whole EAC meeting. So if we have any, and then they are also West Coast, so it would have to be after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm looking at the week of August 4th to do that. So if anybody has any meetings, any days that they would prefer or not prefer, if you could let Shelley and I know.
Yeah, I can tell you there are some that I can't do right from the bat.
Okay.
But 5 is a no-go for me. And 7, we already have a communication committee meeting that morning, so if we do something that afternoon, that ties me up all day.
Correct.
Does it make sense to shift the communication committee meeting to the afternoon and have it be the communications committee meeting and whoever else wants to come? Kathy, what do you think about that, Steve?
That makes
I
sense
think-
to me.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
We're all meeting so much as it is with all these different.
Right.
maybe
Right.
that-
Yeah, we need to lighten up because I'm hopelessly behind now.
And if there's
I
something.
can't commit to a lot more things and
Yeah.
at
And
this point.
if we need to deal with something that month, we'll figure it out.
All right. Okay, so it looks like Wednesday, August 7th.
Oh.
If we
no.
could move that meeting, if we could move it to 2 o'clock, Shelley, does that work for you?
Yeah, if we can make it just that one meeting that day,
Yeah.
that would be helpful.
Okay. I will send over that meeting invitation. And I'll just change the time on it.
Oh, it's 2 o'clock. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Thanks, that sounds good.
Okay.
Welcome, Jim. Hi, Dean.
Hello, I'm here now. I'm just trying to rustle up a snack because I've been in meetings since 11 o'clock.
Yeah, no problem.
Do that.
We're just hearing staff updates from Bethany right now.
Okay, so we've got so the Enroll project, we are planning on meeting with the scientists for their presentation on Wednesday, August 7th at 2 o'clock. And I will update them and update as we go. Fun things to do. Saturday, this Saturday, June 1st, if some of us are helping out with the Berks Nature Fishing Day, where we take kids from Berks Nature, along with other adults who enjoy fishing in the community, take kids fishing from Central Hispano, Barrio Alegria, and Reading Rec at Stonecliff. It's 9 to 3. We're always in need of adults who can help make sure that kids don't go in the water, helping build fishing rods, things like that. If anybody wants to show up and chat at any time during the day, you can spend the whole day or just an hour. We'll be at Stonecliff from 9 until 3. Next Saturday.
So that was Saturday the 1st?
Saturday the 1st is
Okay.
fishing.
Yep.
Saturday the 8th is the Good Medicine event with Doc Tadwin, Center for Native Knowledge, and PA Department of Health, who are our co-planners. The cleanup will be from 9 until 11. The event is from 11 until 3.
Did you, I'm sorry to backtrack. Did you tell us what time fishing was in Stonecliff?
It's 9 until 3 at Stonebrook.
All right, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Half the kids come in the morning, half the kids come in the afternoon.
Where is Good Medicine, Bethany?
Good Medicine is down at Riverfront Park.
And are we tabling?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And we are going to have kayaks this year. Take It Outdoors came through for me.
Good.
Yeah.
That's especially nice.
It is. Okay, what else?
Do you get charged for Take It Outdoors since it's nonprofit now?
No, they do not charge us.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. It's ultimately the goal is to hopefully we'll be able to expand them up into Reading.
Yeah, yeah. That's exciting. Like that's something I've been wanting to do for years.
Yeah.
Is get them up here.
Yeah. So that's Saturday, June 8th. Saturday, June 15th. We will be tabling, and I'm using the collective we here, or the royal we, at NAACP's Juneteenth celebration, which is right next to the Goggle Works at the Elks. And that is a 10 to 4. That is a stop in. I will be there all day. Whoever wants to stop in and talk to people and enjoy the afternoon, come as you can event. And then Wednesday, June 19th, Wacky Water Wednesday starts. And the first one will be at Third and Spruce Rec Center. And that is 1 until 4 p.m. That day is a city holiday. So some of us are just flipping our day off that week and working the Wednesday. And that is it for June.
Can I interject something here?
Yes. Did I miss something? Yeah.
No, you guys should definitely come out to the Wacky Water Wednesdays. They are a lot of fun. The
And
kids,
plan on getting wet.
yeah, the kids are amazing, and it's really it's a good opportunity to talk to people about what we're doing. And there's a lot of interest too. I mean, like we got a lot of questions. I wish Jasmine could be there for that as well. So she did a great job. I went to which one was that, Bethany? That was
You were at 11th and Pike, I think.
no, it was the one 10th and Green. No,
Okay.
yeah, 10th and Green. Anyway, it's a really good time. So if anybody can come out and participate, you don't have to stay the whole time, but it's a lot of fun. So I just wanted to interject that it's really something good that they're doing. So anyway, my 2 cents.
Yeah, and I concur. I went to the one at 16th. Bethany, we're thinking about having Louisa be at that one, or mostly.
Thanks, that sounds good. Anything else, Bethany?
Yeah, that's it. That's it for June.
Well, wait a minute, we have the Berks
Oh, yes.
Nature
The
Tool,
the Berks Nature.
municipal
Um,
tool.
So on Thursday, June 6th, if you have not already signed up, I think you have till today to sign up for the municipal lunch at Berks Nature. They are introducing a tool for municipalities to help us value our green spaces. And so that is going to be really rolled out, it's going to be the focus of the State of the Environment. It's actually the State of Environment tool is what they're calling it. In November, but they are inviting us over for lunch and a beginning training on that tool. So anybody who would like to go and hasn't signed up, please do sign up. So that way they know how many people to have lunch for.
And this is Thursday, the 6th at 11, right?
I believe it's noon until 2. I could be wrong on that time though.
I, hmm. I have it as 11:30 to 1, but
Okay,
it-
well then I'll just move it on my calendar.
That's what I've got too, Kathy.
okay.
Okay,
11:30? Okay. I trust, for sure, I trust Shelley.
Yeah.
Not to
Yeah.
dismiss Kathy,
That's what I
but.
have.
Oh,
that's
no,
what
I don't
have
trust
too.
Kathy. No one should trust Kathy on calendars.
yeah, yeah, and honestly, like I knew about it a while ago, and so I just like threw it on my calendar.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did.
And I just needed to adjust the time. So perfect.
But I did sign up right away the first time we got the message, so
Me too, yeah.
I get brownie points for that, even if I can't say calendar, let alone use one.
Were you saying something, Bill?
Well, no, I have 11:30 to 1. Bethany, when I put something on my calendar, I don't know the time because I've been caught before. I put what I think it is. I'll put in something like 3 a.m. so I know that it's not real.
It's
That's
not
That's a
that,
good
very
trick.
well.
It's a good trick.
Because I've had that happen. So
Awesome. Is there anything else, Bethany?
That's all I have for events for right now.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, maybe I can go to the Juneteenth. I'll have to see. Because I think I have off.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll
I
be
call it-
there.
Yeah, the
I'll
Wacky
be-
Water
I'll
Wednesday.
definitely be there for that. With the Ironman, we probably are gonna have something going on, so I'll wear 2 hats that day.
Okay, maybe we can sit next to each other, and then it'll just be easier for you to float
Hmm.
between the two.
Yeah, that works. I'll wear my green EAC shirt, and
And your Iron Man hat.
yeah, that's it. So I do think that I mean, I don't know. Do you want to give like a review or something about the Berks Nature class that we took with the oh, what was it called again? I'm sorry.
Oh, the climate initiative.
That was excellent. It was really a good thing that was done. I mean, you can probably summarize it better than I can.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget what month it is. So yeah, that actually happened after. So the Climate Initiative is a national organization bringing accredited climate related curriculum into middle school, high school, college classrooms. And so we had a train the trainer event over at Nolde Forest on April 29th. And we had
Long ago.
40 people. I know, it was so long ago. 40 people sign up, and I think we had 35 people attend.
Sounds about right.
Including Reading School District, Governor Mifflin School District, and then a lot of our community partners who were there. Nolde Forest was trained to do a train the trainer. So that way we could help bring after school programming, etc., to our community. It was so wildly successful. We're looking to do it again this fall because we had people on the wait list. So we're going to try to do it again. So it was sponsored between myself and the Climate Initiative. The director of education is Nyla McFadden, who is a kid from Reading. And she currently lives in North Carolina, but she is from this SOP region or area in Reading. And then
Her dad is Pierre Cooper. If anybody knows that name, he was on the school board, I believe, city council maybe, and was the NAACP president, I believe, at one point. But
He was not on city council, but he was on the school board.
I knew he was in. So anyway,
yeah,
one of those
Reading
things.
Roots. Reading Roots.
Reading Roots. And their communications coordinator is currently living in Reading. Louis Borreo.
Good. So
Yeah,
there they
it
go.
was it was really well done, really
Yeah.
well done. And so if you have an opportunity to attend, I would say jump on it. Um, there's a lot of good information and how to, get people involved, and it's just really well done. I mean, that's all, So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Kathy, for letting me attend because it
Oh,
was,
absolutely.
it was
Yeah, I was glad you could, because I mean, we want to save all the room we can for teachers and people who are still interacting with kids in groups, but I think we can certainly have another member of EAC attend without bumping them, or we can like, well, we can check with you, Bethany and Nyla, but I would think that would make sense again to have one of us attend, so we
Sure.
have a couple people get that benefit of that.
so
When is
I'll
the
give you-
next one?
We haven't set a date, but we're looking at fall.
Okay.
I'll give you a great well, I shouldn't say great, but it was a good story. So I was sitting next to a teacher from Reading, and she said to me that it's hard for her to, I guess tell people to recycle, because we know that in the city of Reading, whatever the recycling does, they don't really recycle. It just gets thrown in a bucket. And I said, you need to go talk to Bethany. And she was taught that on that day, that, hey, listen, there is real, it's like this urban legend for some reason,
Yeah.
got out that we don't really recycle, and it's not the case.
Yeah.
So it was nice to be able to be sort of like a liaison to be able to kind of straighten this person out. And she was a teacher in the city.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
environmentalists believe that, because there was a lot of national press when China stopped taking stuff that, oh my God, there won't be any markets. And it's, markets are local anyway, so it depends.
Yeah.
There are plenty of places in Pennsylvania that are struggling, but we're not. We've got
Yeah.
markets.
And she also addressed that at the NAACP meeting that we attended, because she basically told everybody, look, don't think that things aren't being recycled in Reading, because there's some kind of urban legend out there that it's not happening, and it's not true. And so it was really I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but it was really a good meeting that we did attend, and Bethany did a great job at that meeting of kind of educating people on what the city is doing in terms of the sustainability, and environmental action plan. So it was nice. So anyway.
Well, I'm curious about the recycling piece, because like I just read different articles on how it sort of falls apart at the recycling plant. Like a lot of the stuff doesn't end up getting recycled. So
Well, you needed to go to our meeting with our recycling consultant, and because it's not
Yeah.
true. It's not the
that's
case.
not true.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's not.
It is true other places. It is,
Right,
I
right,
see.
our stuff is being sold to market.
right.
Okay. That's good
It's
to
a
know.
very small amount, like under 10%, that
Yeah.
is the stuff that shouldn't be in there in the first place, like plastic bags and stuff that they
Sure.
have to take out.
Styrofoam.
That ends up going to
Mhm.
styrofoam, that ends up going to the landfill. But once they get out the plastics and the glass and the metal and all that, it's all going someplace.
Oh,
that
that's
is
good.
reusing it, turning
And
it
that
into
may not-
something.
And that may not be true for Mount Penn or Lower Alsace. I don't know.
Pretty much in Berks, the recycling programs are going to either Kugel's or to Mascaro. So we're in the same market.
But-
Other, it may not be true for, I don't know what Scranton is looking like. But a lot of these stories came out of the China sword issues back in 2017, 2018 with the southeastern United States. they were sending a lot of their stuff overseas.
Well, you know, the broader discussion is, we may be okay now in Reading and in Berks County. I mean, the issue is packaging, what
Yeah.
it is, the quantity of it, and you know, I think it's partly what drives me up a wall when we give people a list of things to do. It's as if you recycle, then you're an environmentalist. I mean, we have to change policy to change, you know, it's on us, it's on the consumer. We have to take our time to sort stuff when in fact, anyway, buying habits, everything, that's another discussion, but.
Well, but
Yeah.
that's why
Okay
the
for
single
now.
plastic, that's why the single-use plastic is important to, I think, talk
Right.
about at the same time,
Yes.
you know,
And
say,
then,
we gotta
and
stop
that-
putting this
right.
stuff in the train.
And that would be a thing that, you know, we've heard about, you know, the banning of plastic bags. I mean, I would love that. I mean, I just hate those plastic bags.
Well, I hated them when they first came out,
Yeah.
way back when.
Yep.
It's like, I didn't like how the groceries fit in them.
Well,
Oh,
in
yeah,
the,
they're
We,
not good.
and we have, but you know, I mean, so many communities around the country, New York City and other places have banned them for a long time. Like, we just have to just initiate that,
Yeah.
and then it'll become the norm. Like, it's not that big of an adjustment if you think about it, you
yeah,
know.
the
Yeah.
policy committee is, that's one of the 3 things we're working on, and we're working, and David Bean, sorry, it's too bad he's not here, but, it's a multi-municipal effort. So they're working with, people that worked with Philadelphia, and I think also the Department of Energy or EPA, I forget which it is.
And CPA.
It's EPA, sure, yeah, because of the waste element, but they're convening meetings with multiple municipalities, and they are going to be on the calendar shortly, to move forward and try and come up with a model ordinance that everybody could adopt. So, because one of the issues is businesses might be disadvantaged in Reading as opposed to Exeter, as opposed to someplace else, if only Reading adopts a single-use plastic ban. And so it's important to get everybody together, decide on something we can all do and do it. And expanding it past plastic bags to be all single-use plastic. So that makes it more worthwhile. So we were behind on the bags, but we'll be up in the front line of getting the other single-use plastics included, right, Bethany? That would be a good way to describe it.
Yeah, also wanting to make sure that there's some standardization, just to make
Right.
it easier for everybody to adapt it. You know, if Reading does one thing and then West Reading does something similar but not quite the same, it creates confusion.
Right.
Awesome. Thanks for those
So-
updates. That was a
So
good.
are we looking at a countywide ban possibly?
We can't do it at the county level because of the way the Commonwealth works.
Yeah, there is no enforceable
Okay.
county ordinance thing. It's not a thing.
Okay.
It's-
Okay.
The thing about that is that, you know, I mean, I hate to say this because living in the city for my entire life, but everything has moved to the suburbs. Like, but people don't shop in the city anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
I
they're
do.
good. Well,
Sorry, I'm a
I
people.
mean, I go to Weiss because it's so close to my house, but you know, that people don't shop in the city anymore. Think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they really don't. So you have to include the county.
Well, I think that that's a good conversation. I appreciate that update, Kathy, from the policy
Yeah,
committee.
it's out of the agenda
Yeah.
order, but
Yeah,
it's
let's
on the
keep-
agenda.
Let's keep it moving, but I appreciate that update.
I'm sorry, I'll stop doing that.
No, it was good to hear about that event that you went to, and Bethany, and all of the amazing education you've spread, and I appreciate the link in the chat too. So thanks for that, and definitely keep us posted on the next training opportunity. But yeah, we can keep moving, and if other things come up, we can address them later. Under old business, we have signage. How's that going? Has anything happened? Has he come back to you with the updates of the signs, or do we have a timeline? Kathy or Bethany?
Okay. It was in Bethany's court last.
It's the busy season for Bethany, but have you
Because-
heard
because-
anything from him?
I see a deer in the headlight.
I know, because I thought it was in Kathy's court, so I will.
Well,
add
because
it
we're
to my list
we're
to do.
ready to talk to Dean.
Okay,
We've got the signage ready. We're ready to talk to him about getting us a sign person.
okay,
And we're also gonna check on, to what extent our sign people would be involved and could do something, and what parts they would do.
Yeah, I
Okay.
want to make sure, we're halfway through the year, so thinking about our
okay. So we are already, so we are complete with all of the revisions then.
Mhm.
Okay.
He sent the new revisions.
Yeah, did he send anything, like an update with them all fixed?
I didn't remember seeing that.
I don't remember seeing that either.
Do
I
we-
will email him right now.
Yeah, it might be nice to see those before.
Yeah, that would be good to see.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's in the works. The annual report to city council, I can't believe it's
No,
almost.
I did
June.
not think, yes, I know.
That's
I will
okay.
I will move it up on the list since now it's half year. I can't do it in the second half of the year. That'd be too embarrassing.
Okay, Kathy, if you want to connect, if you need my help or want to send me anything through email.
No, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, but I did it 3/4 of the way, 4 months ago, and then didn't finish it.
Okay.
So,
The EAC mixer, David's not here, but wasn't that scheduled? Am I going crazy? There's too many EAC things at Berks Nature.
We have not scheduled the actual mixer date yet. I was really hoping to talk to David today.
yeah,
I meant to ask him on Friday if he had any dates in mind, and I forgot. I also forgot to ask him something else that I had a question about.
So the June event at Berks Nature is them hosting for their tool, and they just invited
Correct.
EAC and city staff and such.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Berks Nature public meetings, I haven't heard any updates from Tammy. Maybe we can get some insight when we're there next month, but
yeah,
hopefully
because
we kind of
I
roll
was at
out.
a event, we were at the 50th anniversary event, and they were talking about that they've done 30 out of the 50 they're gonna do, so we should check back because we want to go to one in the city.
And do we have a translator that we could offer, like to connect them?
I did talk to Mike Toledo. I was looking for recommendations. He did give me an organization to reach out to. I just haven't done it yet.
No worries. I was just wondering if that's something I could put in the email, but I'll just check in and say like, what's up? Did anything get scheduled?
And Bethany, Anthony, either send it to me or to send it to both of us, the person he was talking about at the library. So you have her number and contact
Yes.
information.
Yep. As well.
And then the Rainbow Workshop, I think that's just still paused until Scott and Tiana kind of figure that out.
Mhm.
New
Yeah, I
bu-
saw Scott on Saturday and he didn't have any updates.
Okay.
Today, he's out on the road today, so wasn't able to join us.
New business, the beekeeping zoning amendment. Jim, do you want to give an update on that? I think you've worked pretty closely, or Shelley, what's up?
So the latest draft was circulated to the policy committee. I have had no response, either positive nor negative. So I don't feel comfortable moving forward until I hear back.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I thought I'll double check because I know I looked at it and either it was okay or I had a one-word change. I forget.
Can I
Okay,
see
Sorry.
you attached it? It's on page 14 here, right, Shelley?
Correct.
All right, I'll read it over too. So we can talk about that at the next meeting in June. If you hear back from the policy people.
Hopefully, yes.
All right, but I think that's good homework for the whole group to read.
I'm
It's
gonna
riveting,
have to
it's
jump
riveting
off.
language.
Do you need me for anything else, for a vote or anything? Jim's on, so you have a quorum still, right?
Yeah, I guess we're good, yeah. Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna jump off, sorry.
No problem. See you next meeting. It's in person.
Oh, okay, all
And
right.
yeah, Shelley has it on the minutes, the location and the date.
Okay, great, thanks, bye.
See ya. All right, PFAS update, that's David, he's not here today. Wacky Water Wednesday planning. Are there other dates, Bethany? Are they once a month?
Yeah, so they are in the massive packet on page 20 are all of the dates available.
Wow, awesome, that's really cool. Awesome.
We've kind of taken that as sort of under the communications committee as one of the tools for outreach. So we try to stay on top of it and see if we can get people to be at those.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem with those, unfortunately, and it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but they're during the middle of the afternoon, so they're
Right.
tough for people to go to. I'm fortunate enough that I work from home, so I can kind of adjust my schedule to make those. But like I said earlier in this meeting, they're really a lot of fun, and it's worth it. You know, Bethany and the crew, they do a great job. They, you know, it's a lot. It's something that we can get pamphlets out to people. Same thing with what we've done at Earth Day and other places where we can get, you know, feedback from people on what their concerns are, what they see in the future. So it's really a good opportunity to interact with the community. And I love doing that kind of stuff, you know, being out in the community and stuff. So, but I mean, I know Bill's been the one, I've been the one. You guys should really, really try to make one because it is a lot of, they're a lot of fun. And the kids are great, you know, they really are. So
That would be Bethany, that would be engaging Jasmine for special projects because she was so good. Oh my God.
yeah,
I
listen,
will
when
bring it up to her.
the one that I was at, she was like actually walking to like
Oh yeah.
knocking on doors and like, you know,
That's amazing.
He's like a
He was
political
great.
candidate running for office.
That's
I mean, it's just, you
awesome.
know, just you know,
yeah,
I
she
mean,
was
it's really nice to have young people. And I'm hoping Louisa will be able to do these because I think having young people, at least at 16th and Hawk, who
Mhm.
look more like the folks that are there, because I think then there'd be a sense of ease and anyway, doesn't matter.
No, but that's a good point though, Bill. I mean, it's you know, because I'll tell you what, at Earth Day, she was amazing.
She
You
was
know,
really good,
yeah,
very
she
engaging with people, all kind, you know, all ages, but really drew people in.
yeah, she really reached out and brought people in and got them to fill out, you know, so we had got to the point where we had got so many responses, we had to take them off of the boards and put them on uh, what do they call those
The
things?
clipboards, yeah, I saw them.
Clipboards, yeah, the clipboards, because we had gotten so many responses. So she did an amazing job. So she's going to be a really good asset to what we're trying to do for sure.
So this intern focus topics, is that discussing both Louisa and Jasmine? I'm moving on the agenda now, but I feel like it's relevant.
Mhm.
Shelley?
I think this is for Louisa. The communications committee was talking about what they were going to have her engage with more specifically,
Okay.
and how to move her forward.
Okay.
So Bill, I don't know if you're ready for that yet.
Well, I mean, I could review what the committee's up to, but I don't know that we need to, we don't have to have a discussion about her role here, although if somebody who's not on the committee has some idea that they want us to, yeah, but do we want you, are you saying moving on to project updates?
I guess we can, so yeah, under new business, the last bullet
Yeah,
point is
I'll talk
intern
about-
topics,
yeah.
and then you're right up next under project updates. So if you just wanna move into project updates and
So first of all, I haven't heard anything different. So the contract with Louisa that we talked about earlier, engaging Bodio, and I think it's just finalizing review, I mean, our feeling is that it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I did get what I call when I send something to legal, I'm looking for a yes, no, maybe so.
Mhm.
And so I got a maybe so, so I'm doing 2 small revisions to the contract and then we'll be sending it back out.
So
And
we're,
so the
And I'm
EAC.
gonna do that today.
We're providing 5,000 for Louisa.
out of this year's budget, right? And then
Right.
there'll be, you know, we're, without having it approved yet, committing a small amount next year, a lesser amount.
Okay.
If we don't get the signs done this year, we'll have more funds to use.
No,
we don't
but
wanna
we're gonna
do-
get the signs done.
We're gonna
What we
get
don't wanna-
Signs
Well,
done.
yeah, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. I think I've been on 3 or 4 years and this is on the agenda. I'm entertained by it. You know, anyway, so that I think is gonna happen. I mean, you know, I don't see it any reason it's not. And just to refresh everybody, so we are engaging with Louisa, her last name is Lana, I think. Through Bodio, we kind of decided that this model works well, where she really works. She'll be working with the committee and Bethany as a consultant. And, you know, to have somebody play this role whose sole job description is doing this kind of outreach and engagement rather than wearing 15 hats, I think is going to work well for, you know, the kinds of things we want to try and do. Anyway, I mean, you know, since there's an intern focused topics in terms of her, it's going to be doing things like going to Earth Day, going to Wacky Water Wednesdays. I think she's going to do some door to door. She's going to go out in the neighborhood. She'll show up at events, other kinds of events that we might not even know exist. And she will,
and definitely like the Juneteenth events and the NAACP's event earlier in that week. In particular, we've already mentioned those. The Good Medicine would be another example, any of the River Fest ones. So, yeah.
right. She'll be, you know, she'll be the face of the EAC and Public Works. So that'll be good. And she will be setting up some events. We haven't defined exactly what they're going to be. And then she'll do stuff. There'll be an online presence too. So it's, you know, it's kind of communications in all its guises. I don't need to go any
Yeah,
further
because
on that.
just so you know, she has experience as both a journalist and a presenter.
Yeah.
So we just need to find the right ways to get her in those places where she can do that in Spanish.
Right. The next bit of material that we're focused on, and at our meeting tomorrow, we're going to be devoting pretty much the entire meeting to working on these one-pagers, I'm calling them, of each of the Sustainable Six that will be on the website. There will be printouts to hand out, and they will also be used internally. Bethany's plan is to use them internally in Public Works and City Hall in general to get the staff on board and moving the city toward more toward being sustainable in all the stuff we do. So that's being developed, and Jasmine's still working on that. The PowerPoint, Jasmine reworked. The committee offered comments using the PowerPoint that Bethany had created on the climate action plan, and we think it's honed down now to a more streamlined useful visual piece too. So I mean, that'll be available for anyone to use at any time. Jasmine's contract is ending in mid-June. Our hope is that we'll be able to continue using her on a project by project basis. She is interested in continuing her involvement. I mean, we're without reservation, we all feel really good about what we were able to accomplish with her and her participation. And it was definitely worth having her involved, and we hope we can say the same 6 months from now about Larissa. I was contacted, thanks to Chris, I was contacted a couple of weeks ago by someone who wants to be on the communications committee. Maria Zabala, who works in, now works in the accounting department, and is getting a PhD in, Bethany knows what it is.
Leadership. Maria works in the auditors department.
Auditor, yes. Auditor.
And Maria is
The conflict
pursuing.
though, wasn't there
Pardon?
wasn't there a conflict, Michelle?
It's a
So it's
conflict
a
to be on a
possible
board.
conflict. Yeah, so I've asked for an advisory opinion from the charter board. The charter prohibits employees from serving on any boards or commissions. But since this is a committee, it was a gray thing for me, so I wanted their review and permission essentially before we move her forward.
Yeah, I mean, it
So
seems.
we don't want to
kind
put
of
her
silly,
in a
but-
position of being in a charter violation.
No, we
If
don't.
we can prevent it.
I can say that, and I was part of the process of moving towards this form of government. I can't tell you how many committees I served on with people who were city employees. I mean, because they're not, in fact, if the charter board denies it, I'm going to file an appeal, because I think we need hands on deck. A lot of people work in City Hall. We need every able body, anybody willing. It's not like people are beating the door down to work on this stuff. And we don't, as a committee, we don't vote on anything that's of consequence. We just come up with ideas and we work on outreach. And to deny a city employee that ability if they're interested in issues, and that's me.
Yeah,
But I will appeal it. I'm going to tell you, I'll appeal it as.
So are you hoping to hear back from the charter people like this month? Like, is Maria hoping to join next month?
They generally have a 30-day turnaround time, but I've not officially heard anything back from them yet, except to confirm that they've received my request.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And they have a quorum. I know for a while, wasn't there some issues with having enough? They do, okay. I know, I'm sorry, didn't mean to get on a soapbox about it, but and they may say for whatever reason, but I think it'd be unfortunate. She seems like she's getting a PhD in some environmentally related arena, and sounds, I don't know, she may be a bust, but she sounds like she gets it and she understands it. Anyway, I don't want to get into a long discussion of that. I think, I don't know if anybody else wants to add anything about what the committee is up to, but that's pretty much my report.
Well, I think it's worth it to do a quick summary of Bethany's presentation to the NAACP.
Yes, and I did want to say that, Steve, thanks. And I will say, I thought Bethany did a great job. And I think there were about 30 people there, not including us. Steve and I were there. And I think people were engaged. They were asking some good questions. They interrupted Bethany more than once.
Even though I told them not to, but that's okay.
It's okay.
Not in a rude way,
It is set up to be conversational. So we did the very short, what was supposed to be a 15-minute presentation turned into an hour and 10-minute conversation. And I felt really, really bad about taking over their entire meeting. And I tried to exit my way out so that way they could have their meeting. And we looked at basically what is sustainability, what is my office in charge of, and then what are the priorities for the climate action plan. And did have some really good questions and engagement. In general, people are excited. So it was more positive than negative.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was a little perplexed by there was a gentleman that owns Franklin's diner, or I don't know,
it's
so
Franklin's.
Yeah,
Frank,
Franklin's Burgers. Yep.
which is really good, by the way. So
Mhm.
you know, go there if you haven't. But he said, "Oh, well, we need to get this message out," and we're like, "Isn't this the reason why we're doing this?"
I
Like,
mean, no, but that's a good thing when somebody tells you that that's what we
Yeah.
need to do. I mean, that's,
yeah. But it's kind of interesting that he would say that as we were doing exactly what he wanted us to do.
well,
So
and it's gonna be on the agenda tomorrow, even though we're gonna focus on the sustainable shift. I think we should follow up. He's invited us, so.
Yes, he
yeah.
has.
That's awesome.
I think that it was a good model for how to do this. I mean, it was going to a meeting that was already scheduled. And by the way, Bethany, it was 45 minutes, that sort of from the time you.
Okay.
So.
I think the clock was broken at,
Oh,
at the
It was a
front of the
good-
room, and I kept looking at it, and I was like, yeah. And the other good thing that came out of it,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
do officially have a mobile hotspot now.
Oh,
Nice.
good.
So
But we all got business cards from the Reading School District diversity and diversity, I guess, chairman or whatever. So she was like, she was really interested in us getting together with her about that. So that
Yeah.
was
Well, and we should get her to sign up for the next training,
mhm,
train the
Yeah.
trainer.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
But it was good because there was a gentleman that I know, his name is Xavier Mayo, who lived in California for a while, and he was basically saying, like, in California, there's really no choice. Like, you have to do these certain things. Like, there's no single use plastics in California now. And it's pretty much commonplace. And he was like, what's the big deal? It was kind of he kind of had thought process, like, like, why are we waiting? I mean, did you get that vibe,
Yeah.
Bill? Yeah.
yeah, no, he was, yeah. No, I mean, there were at least some people in there that were, on this and engaged and paying attention and responding. I don't know how the rest of the group, but you pick up a vibe, and the vibe I thought I didn't see people shifting or nodding off or groaning or anything or complaining. So
That's
We
awesome.
did have
it made me feel that the issue is maybe on some level is in people's minds.
Mhm.
Steve, when you open up and you said about the wildfires, I mean, people go, "Oh yeah," or we talked about, at the end when I said, we have to all be part of this process, and I said, we've just had the hottest April, and everybody's going, "Oh yeah," people are paying attention to this on some level. So
Mhm.
at least that group, I don't know that that's a necessarily engaged group, although they're going to the meetings.
Yeah,
So anyway.
I thought they were engaged. I mean the one young lady who I know her parents, her name's Alexis. She had her daughter there, if you remember.
Yeah.
She she was super interested, and that really was like that made me feel good, because I feel like she might be in her early 20s, and she had like a 2-3 year old daughter there, and she's like, what about my daughter, and how's this going to affect? So that's the person we need to reach.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I know she's never lived in the city. They've always lived in like West Lawn or something like that. But that's the other thing about this, is that we really have. I think Reading is unique. Like, Berks County is Reading. You know what I mean? Like, everybody says they're from Reading, from Berks County. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not insulated, if you will. I just feel like we just have this, like, we have to worry about the city, but we have so many people that are interested in it that we have to include every aspect of the surrounding townships and everything to what we're trying to do. So I know there's some initiative around that, right, Bethany? Like with all the you know, EACs that are in the several communities and stuff. So it's going to be really important for us to make sure we include everybody in what we're doing, you know. So
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that update and for that presentation, Bethany.
Yeah, it was fun. They're the NAACP has, they're just really good partners.
Mhm.
the thing that the really great thing about the NAACP is that they have such a voice that we can get things to state representatives and to US representatives and everybody else, because they, you know, if we can make this, we can really push some agendas if we need to through the NAACP, you know, and that's one thing that we have to take advantage of, because they have such a large voice. We cannot slip on that. We really can't.
Yeah, they're definitely a good partnership.
You know, not to prolong the discussion, but that was something that I wasn't fully aware of. The local group, the state network, the national organization, how much of their, you know, how much support they get in both directions. And I think just what you said, Stephen, it's true. So, well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I did want to mention that presentation happened, and I think good job. The one thing, Bethany, we should talk about tomorrow. We didn't, for interest of time, we didn't get to the jam board, and that tomorrow we should talk about if that's something we want.
Oh, I did not plan on doing the jam board there.
Yeah. So maybe that's a second meeting or a follow up with them to get their input. But we could talk about it at the committee tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for that update. That's really, really cool. Definitely keep us posted on any other presentations you do, Bethany. The policy committee, David's not here, so we're just gonna skip it. Okay. Green Infrastructure Committee, no real update just yet. Our next meeting is June 3rd, Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, Monday, June 3rd. And I'll have an update for the June EAC call. Rain garden installations, as we just go down the list, I guess, is there anything else that we want to check? Scott's not here.
We have completed Sixth and Amity and Bear Park, which have been installed. I have been weeding. So those are 2 additional ones to put on our list. And the pollinator garden at City Park is completed. We're just going to be mulching on Friday. If anybody wants to come out and mulch on Friday morning, yeah, just volunteers are always welcome.
What time are you doing that on Friday?
Probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. First thing, once I can get the mulch over there.
Bethany, not Bethany, sorry. Shelley, were you gonna add something? I saw you come off mute.
Yep, I just wanted to about Bear Park. I didn't know about Sixth and Amity, but I had seen that Bear Park was finished. I wanted to make sure we noted that.
Awesome. Do we have pictures? Bethany, do you go out and take pictures?
I will try to be better about taking pictures. I tend to take pictures when I'm trying to ID something.
I gotcha.
But I will get some pictures out to the group.
Okay, no problem, no worries. I don't know if
Yeah, you know what, that is something that we've kind of missed out on, though, because we should have taken pictures, you know, last Monday, you know, and I don't think there was any pictures taken at the Wacky Water Wednesdays that we were at that time. So yeah, that's something that's huge, because when people see you, you know, that the whole part about communications is, here it is, you know, this is what we're doing. We're not just sitting around. This isn't some, like, you know, fly by night type of thing. You know, we really have to do that more. And you know, like I said, she did an amazing job, you know, last Monday, and
Mm.
to take a couple pictures would have been like, 5 seconds,
Yeah, I wonder if that's something we can ask our interns for sure, just to have on their minds when they're out at different events, if we can set up maybe a Google folder for them to upload. I don't,
Yeah,
does
so we-
EAC or Bethany, do we have like a drive or something we could put them in
Um,
a city folder they can?
Public Works has a Google Drive that I can set up a folder in and share out with you.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I got a nice picture of Louisa at Earth Day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
With some people, so I was just thinking, could I put that someplace?
Yeah, especially now since everything's gonna be blooming and all the beautiful rain gardens will be looking good. It's a good
Yeah.
time of year to take some pictures of our accomplishments around the city. And yeah, if anybody goes to anything where Bethany talks, take pictures of her.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Keep that in mind.
Naval can't follow me around everywhere, and I'm never good at taking the pictures. 1 second. I've got a truck driver making a delivery.
No problem.
Bethany, real quickly, what was the date of when you did the LGBTQ Center presentation? Remember? I think I took pictures there.
You're trying to search your phone library. That's cool.
Otherwise I've got a
Yeah,
lot.
all right, so we'll get a folder from Bethany, and then I think that's a good just thing for us to keep doing. Earth Day, I don't know, I might have a couple.
Yeah, I've got one.
Hey, Kathy, you and I took a couple pictures together, right?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have that, but
Yeah,
that's kind of just
but-
us. being
And then I
really
had the one of Louis, I have a good one of Louisa with the friend she had there, working at the table.
Hmm.
It was
Something,
kind of pretentious though, like it's just us, like, profile.
um,
I have some from there. I have some when we were at the film festival in the fall too, I think.
can I backtrack and add something to the GSI thing, Shelley? I just want to let you all know, I was talking to the head of the Schuylkill Action Network. And of course, raving about Reading and all the work that we're doing and the signs that we're going to be doing. And they said that they would love to do something in the future when we're ready, like a tour of our sites and a highlight of our city.
Good.
Because we're in the Schuylkill watershed and they always focus on like the lower near
Yeah.
Philly school. So I don't want to forget that. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, we should. Good idea.
Yeah, highlight all of our hard work,
Mhm.
aka the signs that will be in 2024.
Yes.
Bill. Awesome. Bethany's still on the phone. I see the Exide cleanup is listed and is there another,
I don't think there's anything new on that right now. I don't
as we
think.
keep, okay. Oh yeah, Kathy, because you were going to those meetings and okay. Urban Ag, I saw in the chat, Dean wrote something. Shelley, I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I captured that for the minutes. There is a garden installation at Northwest Middle School that they're currently working on, and this is the Urban Ag. And the North Front Street Garden, which I'm not sure where that is on North Front Street, is almost finished. And we also have the next Urban Ag meeting is tomorrow at 1:30. It's via Zoom. If I didn't share that link, I will do that again.
I think you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you,
I
Shelley.
was signed up for it, but now I have to take my dog to the vet at that time.
Oh.
But
This year. I'm excited. It'll be my first time going in a little bit.
That's really cool.
But
Yeah,
they're doing a lot of really cool things.
Shelley sent out the invite for their launch of the Barnopoly
Mhm.
initiative to get out to the different garden and agricultural sites around the county. So check that out. I RSVP'd, I'm gonna go.
I wish it wasn't a Monday.
It's a little rough, yeah. So I will definitely go, but you can do you can promote it through the internet, you can share it, you can do everything through online. Getting the bingo card and participating and stuff. So if we want to spread the word for them. Any other updates that people want to call out that are on this list, especially Bethany? I know you were on the phone, so if there's
Yeah, see. Exide is, we have not met, since March. But they are working on their assessment strategy
Hmm.
and gearing up. They are planning on coming to additional events with us, to provide, soil testing. The soil testing can be done in person. They just bring out their field, kit with them. We should be having more updates this summer, a big kind of meeting this summer with them. I don't have. I will be meeting with UPenn and University of Maryland Finance, their Environmental Finance Center. I have a meeting set up with them for the beginning of next month, about building out the story map for us. That's pretty much it right now. Right now we're trying to get the Sustainable 6 kind of knocked out. I have a meeting with Drexel this week, on their climate initiatives, particularly with the energy efficiency programs, to develop some more materials for us. We're just chugging along.
Cool.
I just mentioned for the MP3 Environmental Committee, that's Mount Penn Preserve. I had an interview with Natural Lands that is consulting on a plan for restoration and management of the Mount Penn Preserve. And so it was part of some final interviews they're doing before finalizing their recommendations. So they should be coming pretty soon, and
Okay.
make sure everybody knows about it when we get that.
Thanks.
Can I ask a
Awesome.
question? What, last year I attended a thing at Reading High at the Geigel about there was a whole thing on bike paths and stuff like that. There was a consultant that was there.
That was the active transportation plan.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that?
Shelley sent it to us.
Because it's being updated to comply with the new federal requirements for the plans. Other than that, I do not have an update. I can reach out to them and see where they're at with it. They are in the process. So Hailstone Economics is a consultant for community development, and they are working on several grant applications with the city right now to help start implementing some of the things in the active transportation plan that we were all talking about.
Okay. Thank you.
We're kind of doing a walk and chew gum a lot right now while we're dancing backwards in high heels.
Yeah.
I've never had that experience, but I'll trust your.
Not real easy, as you can imagine.
But we can make it look good. Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces and parts right now that we're all actively working on. I do have another project to update though that really isn't on the list, and that is the energy efficiency program with Schneider Electric. We have done the lighting assessment and the HVAC assessments. This week we're going to be doing building envelope. We've shifted some of the scope of work a little bit to line up with either funding sources or priorities. And we are going to be having internal meetings in June. And then with the plan of going back to council probably at end of June, beginning of July, with what our scope of work plan is going to be.
Yeah, and in case people are lost, that's for the Public Works building.
Public Works, City Hall.
Yeah.
Field houses in this round.
Oh, you got all
We're
of them?
already,
Oh, okay, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
we're already, and then we're already starting to build out the wish list for round 2.
Awesome.
Bethany, that's kind of a related, at the NAACP meeting, you talked about the solar for Public Works.
Yeah, so we're looking at 2 solar canopies, one at Public Works over our parking area, the second over at Cedar Street at City Hall's parking area.
And
A couple of things with the solar with the canopies, so that you'd be basically like like energy producing shades for vehicles.
right, yeah, it's
They're
fantastic.
relatively easy to install, relatively easy to maintain. For the one over here, it'll provide about 2/3 of our annual usage.
Yeah.
And then if we also do solar on the roof, we'll be at about 120%. That's all in engineering right now. We've gotten the guesstimates together.
And this is building on what the Penn State students did, right?
Yes, this is building on what the Penn State students did. But it's also building on the idea of doing co-benefits. So by doing canopies, we're also looking at comfort for people who are parking their cars. So staff and our guest comfort, not getting into a hot car at the end of the day. And also, when we do have snow events, especially at Public Works, not having to clean off your car after you've been dealing with plowing snow and shoveling snow for 12 hours is just one of those extra
Valuable
benefits.
Another related.
When have we had a snow event? I mean, come on, let's be real. I mean,
we still have
climate change is not real. No.
We did winter of 22-23 we plowed for 1 hour. Winter of 23-24 we had 7 plowable events, so we still have to plan for snow. Also, our streets foreman will be officially retiring next week, so we are absolutely planning for a blizzard this year.
Right.
It's
the
not
other advantage of the canopies.
No, I was saying it's not like what was that 95 or whatever. I lived on Wonder Street at the time.
Yeah.
I can tell you it's 96.
96. Oh my God. Every Wednesday for like 3, 4, 5 weeks we had major snowstorm.
Wow.
You live on a street that goes the angle of that street is like this, okay?
Yeah, Shelley's too.
There was 1 day of school in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was the first week or the second week of the new form of government. So that was a baptism of fire. The other advantage of the canopies is that in a small way, it reduces the heat island effect in the city.
Yeah, absolutely. We're reducing the heat island effect.
Get enough of them, they would amount to something. So
yeah,
that's really exciting. I can't wait. That's
so cool. So yeah, and we do have surface parking, so we are looking at those as easy installs, that low hanging fruit with lots of co-benefits. They're very popular, ironically, in the snow belt and in the Southwest.
Well, that was one of a few options proposed by the students. I'm glad to see you're going in that direction. I think, you know, well, there's also, just not to prolong the conversation, but you don't have roof issues. If there's penetrations where there might be leaks, if the roof has to be replaced, it just becomes a whole separate separate thing. So there's a
Yeah,
lot of
and City
advantages
Hall's
to
roof
that.
is just not a good candidate.
Right.
It's very choppy. There's lots of shadow. It's hard to get to do maintenance.
Right.
Public Works roof is relatively easy to do the work with, but yeah, City Hall's roof, we're not going there.
Thanks for that update. Are there any other updates under other matters or the long-term projects that are listed?
I don't,
I guess the only thing would be on the code review, Hailstorm is doing some of that, right? Bethany is part of the technical assistance to us.
yeah, Hailstone is undergoing, they are also looking at some code reviews as well, with community development.
Yeah, so we sort of backburnered that because that's being taken up with.
We were waiting for the new code to be adopted, which still hasn't happened. So
Yeah,
I'm glad they're doing it. That's
Yep.
Yeah, I think the focus for the policy committee needs to be with the shade tree specifically.
yep.
Yeah, I'm interested in talking about that more too. Just the federal money that's out there. I was just at River Rally, which is like a river conference, but they were talking a lot about the US Forest Service money and how different municipalities have been using it to fix their tree problem. So I'm very interested in looking at that and seeing if there's anything we can do and any money that we can get. But first things first, we have to just start talking about it and figuring out what we want as a city. Okay, well, that's good. We did it.
Yay.
The next meeting is Tuesday, June 25th at noon at Riverfront Park, so it's in person. And I think Shelley said you
I am not at the next meeting. I will be traveling, so one of you will need to fill in.
Did we make it work? It'll be fine.
And I am always willing to type up whatever notes you can take and turn them into something that's more like mine. So you'll have to discuss that amongst yourselves.
do we have any volunteer that's burning to take notes at the meeting?
Okay, I'll do that because
We'll do it. Okay.
my excuse was always I couldn't run a meeting and I can't do the walking backwards and chewing gum and
Okay.
that stuff. So yeah, but
And I did not take good meeting notes.
Okay.
I thought I did,
either,
and then
but I'll
and then I
try.
met Shelley.
I just don't want to forget to take notes. So thank you, Kathy. Yeah, that's good. Stephen, what do you add?
where exactly is Riverfront Park? Because
I was thinking the pavilion, right near
At
Raft.
the pavilion, yeah,
It's the
so,
pavilion across from Penske.
oh, okay, I know where you're at. Yeah, I know Riverfront, but I just wanted to make sure because it could be almost anywhere.
It's big.
That's a good clarification. Yes, thank you, Stephen. All right, anything else?
That's where they used to have the what was it called? Riverfest or something?
Riverfest, yep, that's where it is.
Like, why did we get rid of that? That was so good.
Now there's no
because there was nobody to plan it.
The corporate sponsor pulled out. That's what.
Well, that was a good celebration because let me tell you, there was a lot of people that came to that. So maybe we should take that over and make it an environmental issue. Boom.
Well, we were trying to do that with the Riverzilla.
Right.
We can't call it Riverfest because Jim Dietrich has that from Muhlenberg Township.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, our May meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending. It was so
Thanks,
good to see you.
Sarah.
I look
Great
forward to seeing
meeting.
you in June. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.